Hi, I want to talk about Mars and the Martians, and also talk about NASA and why the rest of humanity should completely ditch NASA and not do anything that they do. Uh, there is there is many other space programs. For example, Iran has a space programs. It sends out satellites for military purposes for communication, and we should continue to do so using these old rockets. But if we have a technology that's similar to what many aliens use, like UFO technology, the anti-gravitic technology, then we should use that. We should just build anything with that, build airplanes with that go everywhere. Will be safer, cheaper to operate, and do you stop and sometimes question why our planes are built like this? They're built with aerodynamic engines, and we are using this very old technology when we have something much better. Well, when Perseverance landed and all the images were coming in, you could see, all these very high tech devices just thrown everywhere. It looks like the place was bombed, or there was a cyclone that had gone through the entire planet, and everything is thrown everywhere. There's sand everywhere. There's all this machinery. You cannot deny that this stuff is machinery of some kind. And the cities, they're full of pyramids. And when I'm looking at the images, I see all these pyramids of different sizes everywhere on the planet. It goes on and on. I don't know what NASA is able to do after all these years of suppressing alien technology and artifacts on the moon, and actually videotaping UFOs and other other things that cannot explain easily without the aliens. Well, on one of the images from Perseverance, I saw these image that it was like they looked like the blotches of green, and the green blotches of pyramids looking shapes, they kind of appear and they kind of blink out. It's like they are in a different state of matter. They're like I have to explain this. At the end of World War II, the Nazis had gotten hold of anti-gravitic technology, and when there is these waves go through matter, it kind of puts the matter, or say a plane, into a different mode, different state of matter. It becomes like those UFOs that at the end of the World War II, the Allied plane used to call them the Foo Fighters. They were like a circular thing, and they would follow the Allied planes, and it seemed as if when you shot at them, the bullets just went through them, and the whole plane could go through them, but then they wouldn't disappear, or they wouldn't catch fire or fall, because they weren't really in the same state of matter as a regular plane would be. This is because is the after effect of anti-gravitic waves that has this plane of UFO has been subjected to. But somebody with a few PhDs in quantum physics and somebody who has an IQ like mine, you could kind of explain that, hey, this is what this is. And when you see pyramids, blotches of green on the Mars, then they're blinking in and out of existence. You see them and then you don't see them. They're kind of similar to this four fighter UFOs at the end of World War II. But then that this brings out the the hypocrisy of NASA and the American government and the stuff that they do that's shameful and shows what kind of people they are. They have been constructing this military-sponsored empire, and they were very uncomfortable with these more advanced technologies, anti-gravitic technologies, or knowing that, hey, there is other sentient beings or intelligent beings like Martians or Moonians, and it's similar to the way the rulers of Saudi Arabia behave. They don't like more enlightened societies, societies that have values, that they don't kill their journalists, their own citizens. But the Americans have the same problem as the Saudis because they want to tell the world, hey, look, all this crap that we have constructed, these planes, old style weapons, they are the most ultimate, the most advanced weapons, and that kinds of gives us a moral upper ground. We are the one that maintain or own your lands, like in Middle East or other parts of the world, and when the Mars helicopter was stationed or wanted to start flying, there came out videos that hey, these UFOs were flying everywhere. And you could see the UFO is like is far more advanced device or plane or aircraft that this little contraption that the humans have constructed or the Americans have constructed. Anyhow, when this helicopter was trying to fly, it had like two wing spans or two copter blades. And kind of when it got off the surface, it was buzzing like an insect, and also size-wise, it looked like an insect in comparison to what was flying around. Or I don't know what's gonna happen to these videos at some other point. Then the NASA people are gonna come around and they're gonna collect these and put them away. While we are looking at all this, I think this is a very humiliating thing that for humanity is that because we received this technology, we had it in one form or another, but because of our stupidity, our desire to remain in a part of history that was dying, then we didn't pursue these technologies, and now we we have no choice because the aliens, whoever, they have it and they use it, and We just have to take our seat in the back of the theater. Uh, but then you could ask this question: why other space agencies they also kind of follow on the footsteps of NASA? I mean, these guys they suck, and they took all this money and they discovered they had all these discoveries. They used all of it to enhance their own military. To they had dark missions going everywhere to Moon, Mars. I don't know what they found, but the rest of us, we are we are still stuck in the 50s and the 60s, and NASA continued with this parallel program of building all the rockets and little stinky little helicopters, and they use the old technology as if the old technology was kind of progressing in an incremental manner. And why do we do that? But why, say, if Iranians set their mind up that hey, we got this technology, we got our own UFOs. Why don't we like go to moon? Why don't we go to Mars using this technology? Well, I think we should do that after we assassinate many U.S. Politicians and war criminals. But then, after all these assassinations, then we could take this UFO and go to moon. And then, if we did so, why should we hide the stuff? Why should we? There are discoveries, there are heritage of humanity in one form or another. Why shouldn't they benefit from it? Or why should us, the rest of the humanity, actually see, aliens, actually see the UFOs, actually, discuss it without trying to kind of go back to amnesia and the past, right? I mean, we are just completely denying ourselves. It's like there is food in the house. We just say, I'm not gonna touch that food. That's evil food. Uh, uh, there is this technology that came from the aliens, from UFOs. They found their way into labs. They're hiding in some closet in Department of Defense, or if these technologies came into wide use and circulation, then the fate of humanity might completely change. I think that's what many governments are very afraid of, because technology empowers individual. You can do many things. For example, decentralized blockchain technology, or good forms of money like Bitcoin, they change commerce. Many companies, they don't need to use US dollar. They don't need to report everything to their Gestapos. They can do business, and well, they'll pay into charity or taxes if the individual wants to do that, and that's appropriate. But they could refuse to pay for wars when they don't want to. But that's very threatening to many governments, and that I think this is why our space programs have so many problems, because we don't want, like, Joe Blow be able to ride his own UFOs to the moon. And well, I think that also aliens, they don't want humanity to get out of this planet, because of our behavior, or more aptly this era, the behavior of U.S. government of militarism and killing each other Well, if you are an alien or a Martian, wouldn't you think, well, if these guys they're killing each other, what would they do to us? I saw some pictures of that this picture was supposed to have been leaked from from NASA's dark missions, and it showed the actual creatures, the actual Martians, and they were saying some messages in front of Curiosity or other rover condemning U.S. And want them out of their planet. I mean, that, making such a picture would be costly for actors. I think it was pretty accurate. Well, I just kind of open up this discussion. I think other people should get into it, and there is a lot more there. I do hope that the Iranian government and the Iranian space program would do things differently, would open up all the files, all the things that they discover, and let the public and other scientists have access to it. And we got the first dibs on it. We could build the good machineries to do a lot more. And it's this technology, these discoveries, they are like a huge resource. It could enrich us financially or otherwise. Thank you very much. My diabetes is kicking in, and so I'm getting cotton mouth. But I could talk about this subject a lot more. Please subscribe and leave messages.